Hi guys, what are we going to do today? Today we're going to make this cute folded out book. It's just a book cover, and on the inside you're going to have this large fold out piece. So let's get started. So to get started on this project, what we're going to do is I'm going to go through this again, just show you what I just showed you in the beginning, what this looks like, and then we're going to talk about how we put it together. This is a 5x7 book. I made a very large insert to put inside. If you would like to do a large art piece, just do a love letter. You could decorate the inside any way you would like. As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels across and 3 going down. So I just wanted to show this to you first, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put this together. And as you can see, I'm folding the bottom up, the top down, and then we are just going to fan fold this, and there we go. Let's get started from the beginning. So what I did is I have this little template that you can download, and it just shows you what I'm going to be doing. The actual insert is 20¼ inches by 28.5 inches. And our actual book is 5x7. So to start that, we're going to cut a heavy piece of cardboard or chipboard or whatever you would like to use. And I'm cutting that 10.5 by 7. Here is the chipboard I used. And this is 10.5 by 7. I scored a 1/2 inch in the center for the spine. So you're going to score at 5 and then at 5.5, fold it up, and you have got your book cover. Then what you can do is you can cover it any way you would like. I'm just using this old ledger paper. I am going to tape this down, and then I'm going to put this in the center. And then you can decorate it any other way you would like. The front, the back, the inside, anything else you would desire. And then we're going to fold this in, and then you have your book cover. On this book, I used a piece of Japanese paper, which is a bit heavier on the outside for the stability, but you can use anything you would like. This is some handmade paper, and it's a little lighter weight. And if I would like, I can decorate the whole back side with transfers or other papers or some decoupage or anything I would like. So this is 20¼ by 28.5 inches. And as you can see on the diagram, these are the score lines you're going to need. Now, if you're really good, what you could do is just find your center point, or maybe just make little tick marks where those are and carefully just fold it. This is so large, it's not going to fit into most scoreboards. So if you're careful, you can just make your tick marks, fold that down, and fold that down so it's nice and even. For the long ways, you can fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it in 3. And same thing, you could just use your little tick lines and mark them and fold them in. And I think you're going to find that's going to be a lot easier unless you have a really large scoreboard to score all of these. Before you put it into your book, if you'd like, you can start decorating it. So I'm just going to show you real simply what I did. And then depending on what you want to use it on, you can make it different. I'll probably put something on the outside just to have a beautiful color or a design. But when I was doing these blocks, I just started up in this top corner. I started drawing lines. I had a couple of stencils. One was thinner and one was wider. And I started just using a marker and doing lines in the center of that. And some I'd move over, some I did in the center, some I moved closer to the side. And then when I was done with this top row, I added some fun transfers in between and some fun words. Now, when I came down here, I wanted to try something different. Add transfers in first and then do my lines in between the areas that I don't have transfers. So you can see on these where I've just put lines in. So whatever, if you're making it into a long love letter or a journal, draw your lines first. You can make it all lines, or you could add some fun images and pictures or whatever you would like to add to your pages and then add your lines. But you can see where each block is. So you can do it any way you would like. You could even paint all of it and use it just as a large canvas, whatever you would like. After you've made that, you want this center first piece to be glued to the back of your book. And even with some of this, it might be easier to decorate parts of this before you put it in the book. On the first one I did it while it was in the book. This back piece is going to be adhered at the back of this book. Let me move this out of the way. You can see this is the score line in here. So you want it in here close, but you want to make sure you have enough room. And that's why this is just like a 1/4 inch smaller. Instead of 5 inches, it's 4.75. So I would tape the very back of this nice and tightly to this book. This was supposed to be just fun and simple. Let me get my tape and we'll tape this down. I am just going to go along the very edge here. That's going to be my top. So I know this is my bottom center sheet. So I'm just going to right there, put it right there, and put tape around this edge. And once again, if you've turned your paper to tape it, double, triple check you've got it on the right side. Go to the front, pick this up, facing forward. And this has nothing on it, so it wouldn't really matter, but I just try to double, triple check. Because if you move it, it'll be upside down. For the 3rd or 4th time, I'm going to have to double check again, just to be sure. See, I already did, so it was wrong. So I have to open this up. This would be the top, so I know it goes in this way. The opened end is going to be right here on the inside. I'm going to fold this page up a bit, set it in here close to that, and make sure it's in my book, and it can fold. Yes, press it down. And there you go. And then you open this up and you have all of this space to work on. I wanted to make this simple and show you a fun way to do something like this without binding a million pages in, but you could do one large piece or separate it out into different pieces. Then you can continue to cover this and embellish this. On this one, I used a heavier paper, then I added transfers in there, and then I used this beautiful paper and cut out extra flowers and glued them on top. I used some sari silk and I gathered it and just put it over this edge. Close it, you can put a tie around it, knot, whatever you would like, but this is just a fun, fast way to make a simple journal. So I hope you thought this was fun. And I know there were just some basics in there, but I hope it gives you an idea and you come up with your own version of this. But whatever you do, have fun and thanks for watching.